Hey y'all, hey, Amanda here. In today's video, while technically is a haul, I wanted to make it a little more substantial than that. The 4 things I have to show you today are all from Poshmark that I had purchased from various Poshmark sellers, and I wanted to kind of talk about the buying experience on Poshmark, what it's like if you've never bought on Poshmark. It can be a little intimidating. Honestly, I've been on Poshmark for years and this is the first time I've ever actually bought anything, and yeah, it took me a long time. But I have made kind of a personal dedication to myself to attempt to buy almost primarily secondhand this year if I can, and if not, try to buy from the most ethical sources I can possible, but secondhand seems to be really good for me. You can find a lot of things on Poshmark that actually are new of tags. So I am going to get into those items in just a moment, but per usual, I want to talk to you guys about what I'm wearing on my face because it is a few products that I have gotten recently. They're all from Medusa's makeup. So the first I have on my cheek here, the XOXO Cheek Stain. And I was a little nervous when I put it on at first, but it did sheer out really nicely and I think it looks really pretty. I don't know how often I'm going to reach for this type of product over a cream blush or a powdered blush. It's hard to say, but it did actually give a really pretty color, so I'm going to hold on to that for now. The next item is the Mystical Eye Dust, and this is in the color Ganesha. So I don't think the camera is going to pick up just how beautiful that color is. It is so shimmery and gorgeous, so beautiful. Would be absolutely lovely for a night out. Like, this to me is probably as wild as I would go for a night out because I'm just not wild with makeup, but I think this is a beautiful color. And third product, which is also a win, is on my lips. And this is the Disco Queen Extreme Sparkle Lip Gloss in the color Super Freak. And mama, I'm freaky because I love this color. It is so beautiful. It has worn down just a little bit. So this is the color after me drinking a bit of my coffee, as you can see here on my Bernie mug. I'll link to that down below if you're interested. And yeah, I love it. It's beautiful. I love it. So all 3 of these were definitely a win. So Medusa's makeup usually sends things that are part of their line or new to their line. So if I can find these products, which I know, I'm pretty sure I saw this one on the website. I think these 2 I can find. I'm going to link them down below. But if you are vegan and you want an interesting makeup subscription bag, definitely recommend that because it is such a fun subscription. Now, let's get into the items that I purchased off of Poshmark. This is going to be strictly about buying on Poshmark. If you want a video about selling on Poshmark, and I'm no professional to selling, I am just your average person that lists things that I no longer using or things that family members or friends happen to give me because they know that I sell. I am not someone that is out at the thrift stores looking for hidden gems to list on there on the regular. I did it one time just because as a funsy type of thing, but I have not since, in the past, like, I think 2.5 years, actually gone out and sought out things to put on my Poshmark. It's all just things that I have gone through or just don't find myself reaching for anymore. Especially my closet has grown a lot during COVID. Because I'm just not reaching for a lot of things, and I've then in turn forced myself to wear all the things I have to make sure I still like them, and that's kind of brought me to epiphanies with items like, I don't think this is me anymore. So my Poshmark shop is full of stuff, but if you want a whole separate video about selling on Poshmark as like kind of a hobbyist, not as a full-time job, definitely let me know and I will put that together for you guys. I might even just do it just because, maybe sometime in March, maybe we'll make that a thing. But yeah, if you are interested in that, let me know. This one's gonna be just about buying. So I have three items that are clothing items. They are all new with tags, and actually they're all Farm Rio because I've kind of been having a love affair with Farm Rio products lately. I think firsthand, Farm Rio is usually retailed at Anthropologie. I have been trying to cool off shopping directly at Anthropologie as of late, just with their whole retail store racism incident. And I prefer, if I am going to shop there, to shop there in person, because a lot of times things don't fit me. You will see that later in the video. But yeah, so buying things secondhand, especially this one niche brand that they work with, works for me. So let's go ahead and talk about the first product that I bought. Now, I went to Poshmark specifically looking for this exact item. There is a Instagram account I follow, Gifted Gabby G. She had posted this, and I think she was wearing like white pants, and it just looked amazing. And I saw this shirt and I'm like, that is me in a shirt. I need that shirt. I love it. So I went on there and specifically looked for this, and they had one in my size, so I bought it. I think I haggled down like maybe, I think I got like $5 or $6 off of it, maybe 10. I have to, you know, I have my phone right in front of me. I should give you guys all this detail. Okay, so in my history, it won't show me what it was originally listed for, but I ended up paying $60 for it, new with tags, and I am obsessed. I love this. So you don't want to ever like lowball someone, but I would say always offer under, because most of the time people are willing to work with you. I think I probably offered 55 and me and this person went back and forth or something. I almost always go back and forth with people because I do try to get things at the best price I can, but this is dramatically less money than you would have paid in store. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong one. 55, I paid 55 for this. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think I paid 60 for this. And let's see, new with tags, they don't have that price listed, do they? New with tags, this would have been $118. So I got it for 55. That is a fantastic deal. Extremely discounted compared to what you would have paid in store for this. And I love it. It's so me. I cannot wait to wear it. I haven't worn any of this stuff yet because I've been holding on to it specifically to film this video. Obsessed. I love this. And it was shipped nicely. It was packaged really well. It came quickly. So this is probably a really nice success story for my Poshmark shopping. It was my very first buy, and it turned out to be fantastic and a great discount off of what the item would have originally cost, especially considering it still has its tags. So I'm very pumped about that. The next item I bought, and my bad, I thought I had gotten all Farm Rio. This one is actually from Maeve, which I think is also an Anthropologie brand, but I think they might sell it somewhere else too. I'm not 100% sure. This is not quite the success I had my first time around. So let me pull out some, let me stand up and show you this garment. So as you can see, it's kind of big. Yes, I'm wearing sweatpants. I am 5 feet tall, and this dress is not made for someone who's 5 feet tall. I got my normal size, I got a medium, and this honestly fits so large that I would think I would need an extra small if I wanted it to just fit in the body alone. Ignoring that, the length of it is also too long. So the waist falls down here, but on me, it falls almost at my butt. It's extremely long and strange. Now, the dress itself is beautiful and in fantastic shape. It came with a button, the tag. Let's see what this says on the posting. It says it was originally $150. I paid $85 for it, and that is with a little bit of haggling back and forth. And it is just a beautiful dress. I wish I fit this dress, but it is, alas, not made for someone as short as me. So unfortunately, that is just the risk you take buying on Poshmark. But Poshmark actually has a really nice feature where you can just hit the reposh button in your My Sales. or my purchases, and it copies the listing completely and sticks it in your shop, which is really nice. So you don't have to go through all the work of making a whole new listing, because that's what I'm gonna have to do with this one. I haven't done it yet because I wanted to share this in the video and I didn't want it to sell before I was ready to film the video. But today I'm going to go ahead and hit the reposh button and get this listed on my page if you are someone that happens to be a bit taller and thinks this is gorgeous. Like, it's just beautiful. The colors are so rich and beautiful, but it does not fit. It's too big. Yep. So now I know made of dresses, not made for your average shorty. Lesson learned. And I do plan to list all of the sellers' shops that I bought from down below as well, so you can check each of them out, since in a little way they are helping me with this video. It'd be nice if I could talk, just by selling me these items, even though they don't have any idea who I am. Not that I'm anyone big on the internet, but you know, just in general. So the third item I bought was actually a vintage item, and I was looking at metallic belts because I'm going to a disco or something anytime soon. Yeah, right. I just wanted to have a super easy stretch waist belt to have on hand for various things, to pair up some of my dresses that I already have and whatnot. I don't know why I don't have one, but I don't. I'm also looking for a brown and a black one. I've got my eye on a couple of Stella McCartney ones. I'm not ready to pull the trigger. So here is the one that I bought. The inside is just the fabric and the outside is this like dragon scale looking thing. It's gorgeous. Here is the buckle, a little sassy. It's got this black like feathery detail, I guess, and then these little other gold details, I don't know what to call them, and some rhinestones. There are 3 of these little things missing, little gems. I think one you don't really notice, and also it was noted in the posting that those were missing, so this is not a surprise to me. I bought it knowing that. So I paid $19 for this. I don't recall what it was originally listed for, but I'm gonna assume probably $25 to $28. And obviously it's vintage. It's either 70s or 80s kind of era. It's just super cute. I am really pleased with this purchase. Vintage can be a little tricky to buy since you never actually know what you're gonna get, but you just want to ask a ton of questions of the seller. When I purchased this, there was like some discoloration in one of the photos, and I just specifically asked him, like, is that just the lighting looking strange, or is there an actual discoloration on the belt? You want to ask every single question you might have on the top of your head, just to make sure you're getting the product that you think you're getting per the picture. There is a way that you can return or claim that you got something that isn't what was pictured. I don't know what that is off the top of my head because I've obviously never done it, seeing as how these are like my first purchases ever, and I'm pleased with them. But yeah, really happy with this. Also, one thing you might want to get acquainted with if you are someone's gonna be purchasing on Poshmark rather frequently. I need a drink. My mouth is getting dry. If you're someone that's going to be purchasing on Poshmark rather frequently, and now I have a hair on my lipstick, I would get acquainted with some of your basic bodily measurements. Know what your waist measurement is, know what your hips measurement is, like across your bum, know what your thigh measurements are, know like shoulder to shoulder, across the bust. These are things that will definitely help you when you're buying things that are particularly more fitted. I went ahead and measured my waist just to make sure this belt would fit, even though it is stretchy. I mean, things like this are only going to stretch up to so large, but it does fit me perfectly because I went ahead and went through all those details. The last item I have to share with you guys is also a Farm Rayo top like the first one, and this is one that I kind of been eyeballing for a while. It had in my favorites that I liked them, and I just hadn't pulled the trigger on it. So when I was ready to buy this top, sorry, that's my email going off, I went through Poshmark through a ton of listings looking for this specific top, and I liked all of the ones that I could find, and then I looked at them comparison wise for price. So I went through, found the ones that were new with tags, because I figure if there's this many listings, I'm just going to look at the ones that are new with tags, so it's a new product to me. And then I also went through and compared prices. I went to the listing that had the lowest price and I made my offer. So I did get this for $60. I want to say it was listed at like $85 or something, which was also dramatically lower than other people had it listed at. But I just think this color block top is so pretty. Now this, well, the body is going to look a lot nicer. I just wrapped it around more than you would actually wrap it around your body for the sake of it hanging cleanly. It is very sheer. I would say wear a nude bra or a cami under this, but I love this. This also fits really good. So that's another thing you'll probably learn as you go through purchasing on Poshmark, which brands fit truest to your body shape and size, and which ones you should probably avoid. So now I know Farm Rio tops, medium is perfect for me. I will be happy with that fitting almost every time. I do know Maeve mediums, probably not gonna be my jam. Probably gonna be way too large for me. So just little things to learn as we go. And I love that top. It's so pretty. So in conclusion, while I don't have a large breadth of experience purchasing on Poshmark, I mean, these were literally the first 4 items I've ever bought on Poshmark, I would say I am quite pleased with the experience and I plan to continue to do it again. I'm probably going to buy a lot of things that if I do purchase things this year, I'm going to aim to purchase them secondhand, so that will mean via Poshmark quite a bit. I love the hunt of it all. It makes things feel a bit more special when you can find something that maybe isn't even in season anymore, so probably not everyone's gonna be wearing it. So when you're out and about, you're the only one wearing it. It just feels like it's more truly your style. It's more mix and match. You're not limited to just one store. You've got literally the entire world's amount of stores in one place, which is really cool. I like the idea of giving my money to someone individual who is, you know, just probably working this as a side hustle or working really hard to try and make it their full-time thing. It's giving the money to a person rather than a corporation. Now, whether or not they bought these clothes from a corporation or found them secondhand, that's a whole other question. It just gets deeper than I care to get into it, but it's really cool. So I do plan on buying a secondhand purse at some point over the course of the year. There's a couple different designs I've been looking at, keeping my eyeball on. It might not be through Poshmark, it might be from like the Referral or the Outnet or something like that, but that is something I plan on doing this year whenever I can like work my guts up. I have to really like talk myself into some of these purchases that are a little more expensive than maybe I would usually purchase for a similar item, but at the same time I need to remember those items have decent resale values. Like if this is $60 brand new with tags, I could probably get a decent amount of money for it if I were to relist it, even though it's used. So a few more helpful tips that I think are important when shopping on Poshmark. Like I mentioned earlier, know your measurements. I probably should have paid more attention to my measurements with the Maeve dress, and I would have known it was going to be way too long for me, but I didn't, so I'm going to have to resell it. Also, if the person's page seems a little sketchy, you know, it's your money, do what you want with it, but I would maybe be a little hesitant to purchase something from someone who looks like they pulled all their photos from someone else's post, or just seems to not have the best listing details, doesn't reply to comments, that kind of thing. But you know, you do you. I would probably be hesitant. I'm not gonna say I'm hesitant to buy from someone who has only a handful of listings, because maybe they're just new to the app, but look at the quality of the listing and the quality of the details given, and maybe ask a couple questions to see how responsive they are, because if they're responsive to their questions, they're probably going to be responsive to receiving the shipping label in their email and getting it out to you quickly, which is definitely what you want. You want your items quickly. That's the whole reason you're buying it, so you can use it. So just a few things on my mind. Also, if you go to someone's profile on their actual page, you can see what their average rating is, and I think that's helpful as well, especially if it's a larger shop. You might want to make sure that their rating is good, because if they're doing volume and getting poor ratings, then that's a little concerning. I would say probably the most important thing to keep in mind when you're shopping on Poshmark is to not take it too seriously. Maybe you'll like something and have the intention of purchasing it and it's gone the next day. That's just the way these type of marketplaces work. You have to make sure you don't really dedicate your whole future outfit or life's hopes and dreams on that one item, because unless you're putting in the offer and it's accepted, or buying it at full price, you know, there's no guarantee you're going to get it. So just be fun, and also don't be rude. There's putting in an offer that's maybe a little lower just to see if you can get a better price, and then there's lowballing. Like, don't offer someone 50 bucks on a $200 item. That's maybe a little rude. But that said, I think that's all I have to share. I think buying and selling on Poshmark is a lot of fun. Like I said, I can put together a selling on Poshmark as like kind of a hobbyist type of video. If you're interested in that, maybe in March we'll put that together. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little rambly, but I'm kind of all over the place. I've just finished an entire giant cup of coffee. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, you can give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave them down below. If you'd like to stick around for a while, you can hit the subscribe button. And otherwise, I'll talk to you all later. Bye!